What is an extraneous solution? Extraneous solution is also a solution. Take note of that. The problem is an extraneous solution doesn't satisfy the original given problem. For example, we have n minus 3 equal to the square root of 3n plus 1. If we got an extraneous solution, definitely it will not satisfy this equation once you check back. All right, let's get started. Don't forget to like, comment, and share to other people. First of all, we have to get rid of this square root by squaring both sides. So let's square the left-hand side. We have n minus 3 to the power of 2, which is going to give us 3n plus 1, because power of 2 will eliminate the square root. Let's expand the left-hand side. The first term squared, which is n squared, right? Minus 2 times n is 2n, times 3 is 6n. Then negative 3 squared is 9. This is equal to 3n plus 1. Now let us bring all terms to the left-hand side. We have n squared here. As positive 3n crosses over, it becomes negative 3n. Already we have negative 6n here. Together we have negative 9n. Then as 1 crosses over, it becomes what? Negative. Then 9 minus 1 is equal to 8. And everything will be 0. Now this is a quadratic equation in terms of n. To factorize this, you have to think of two numbers, which when you multiply them together, you get the constant term. And the moment you add those two numbers together, you get the coefficient of n, which is negative 9. And the numbers are negative 1 and negative 8, because negative 1 times negative 8 will give us positive 8. Negative 1 plus negative 8 is negative 9. So open your brackets. You have n minus 1 multiplied by n minus 8 equal to 0. And remember, we are solving for each factor here. So it implies either this one is 0 or this is 0. So n minus 1 equal to 0 or n minus 8 equal to 0, which implies that n is either equal to 1 or n is equal to 8. So these are the two values we got for n. But remember, we have to check back in the main problem. So let me start with 1, and we can do that mentally. If n is 1, from the left-hand side, you can see 1 minus 3 will give us negative 2. Remember, the output for a square root will never be negative. And hence, this will not satisfy. But if you like, you can continue testing. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. But remember, we got negative 2 to the left-hand side, which is not the same thing as 2, right? Therefore, 1 will not satisfy that. Check for 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. 8, if n is 8, 8 times 3 is 24, and 24 plus 1 is 25. Square root of 25 is 5. 5 equal to 5, and hence, the only value that can satisfy this problem is n equal to 8. So what is an extraneous solution here? N equal to 1 is the extraneous solution. Remember, the main purpose for this tutorial is to show you what an extraneous solution is. So the extraneous solution is n equal to 1, which doesn't satisfy the original given problem. As simple as that.